Right, we will have to do without the intro music because we just got out of load shedding and then I didn't realize I didn't switch my other computer on and then we don't have the music, but who cares? We are live on a Monday. It's the 17th of May and man, I'm feeling cold today. I thought it was just me. And then I get out of my office and I see my son is all togged up and Charmaine is all togged up and it's cold and not that cold, but I'm in the coldest house in this coldest room in this house. My office is the coldest room in this house. No wonder I'm feeling that cold. I thought just something was wrong with me. But I went out, they talked up there, wife is under the blanket there. It is cold. And by the way, I'm glad I invested in this. I'm going to show you this now. Where I'm sitting at, what I'm doing. That's my desk in front of you. And under the desk, there we go, here's my legs. And that's what I've invested in, and I'm glad I've invested in it because otherwise I will be dying in this room. This room is very cold. There's my little small oil heater there. That's my toesies there. Yep, kept it warm, and yeah, keeping my bullies warm. Listen, important thing is to keep the bullies warm because when those things go into hibernation, then that's a problem. You guys know that. So it's keeping everything below the waist warm, yeah? Shamini Naidu, hello and welcome. Colin Gramley, Vishnu, good afternoon, welcome. Son has made me a lovely cup of hot chocolate. I'm going to be buying a lot of hot chocolate. And it's rich and creamy. Better than the ones you pay 45 Rand for in the fucking restaurant. Tastes like fucking water. Yeah, this is well worth it. It's the House of Coffee's one, I think. I'm not sure. But it's made with hot chocolate and only milk, warm milk, no water here. Hot milk. My wife spoils me with that. And it's creamy and lovely and hot. Right, good afternoon. The other computers lining up and welcome to the Midday Report. It's Monday, the 17th of May. How are you today? Important day today. By the way, I had load shedding today. You guys had load shedding yesterday. Sending you a shot, hot water bottle. Hi KC, mothered, very cold today. Right, weather for a fat joint. You keep talking about the joints, bro. I'm going to be in Durban from the 1st to the 8th oh, you're in Rustenburg, man. I fuck off. You can send me that joint, dude. Send it to me. Roll it and send it. So yeah, and confirmation just coming through. I'm going to be back in Durban on about the 28th of May. For a small gig there as well. Muslim function, gonna be doing a Muslim function. Hey, gotta keep it kosher. Hello Casey, how was your weekend? Weekend was good. I did a cook-off yesterday. Came out of load shedding today. You guys had most of you in chats with Durban had load shedding yesterday. Load shedding today was from 10 to 12, 12:30, came on before 12:30. And 10:30 to 12, 10 to 12, I don't know, something like that. But managed to do some work in between because the hotspot of my phone. Everything homemade is best, says Margaret Adhikari. Yeah. So it's cold in Joburg. I'm not sure the weather is, like I said, and load shedding has come through. We'll talk about Jacob Zuma. Msholozi was in court today. Supposed to be in court, was in court. High Court in Pietermaritzburg. They cordoned off the areas, blah, blah, blah. We'll talk about that. And also, yesterday I cooked, I was going to cook outside, in a poiki pot, the cabbage and mutton, just smoking 1 dozen joints. Good day, Casey and group, says Kogilam, how are you? My name is Preston. I listen to you talk every time. Yes, Preston, I can see your name is Preston there. Preston Hoffman is your name. I'm assuming that's your name. How are you, Preston Hoffman? Are you a white guy, colored guy? You can't be an Indian guy. Although Preston is more like an Indian name. So yesterday I cooked cabbage and mutton inside the house on the normal, my gas stove there. And then on the weekend, hopefully I'll do it on the outside poiki pot, or I'll do it on the same flat pot, because cooking in a poiki pot is going to be a bit difficult because the flat pot is better. And might cook on the same pot but on the open fire outside. We're going to try that. Cooking on the coals outside. Let's see how that goes. My second attempt at the cabbage and mutton came out mothered, by the way, in Durban for 2 weeks. Oh yes, okay. I'm not sure when are you leaving, Koginama? I'll be from the 1st to the 8th of June. Actually now from the 29th of May. Louis places high case. Hello Louis the fly. I'm Louis the fly. Right, and that curry came out well. I'll cook again this weekend and let you know. I might be playing a bit of golf as well this weekend. I don't know, something like that's happening. And right, biggest story for today. Jacob Zuma is in. Colored guy, lol, says Preston. Aware, Massacre Preston. Thanks for saying hi. Jacob Zuma is in court today, or was in court. Going to be the start of his trial. Now, for those of you who don't know which trial is on, 178 charges or whatever of corruption. Has to do with the arms deal back from the 90s. You see how the wheels of justice turn very slowly, but they do turn once it's in the system. Many of you lost hope in that he'll never make it to court. At that point, many of us are saying he'll never make it to court, but thanks to the likes of the DA, thanks to the likes of the DA who pushed on, I think it was, if I remember clearly, Jacob Zuma always wanted his day in court, always said, I need my day in court. And now that he's getting his day in court, he doesn't want to be in court. Case has been postponed, as Toida says, because here's the thing. Jacob Zuma, which I heard as well about 2 weeks back, he fired his legal team. Jacob Zuma fired his entire legal team. Now, what does that mean? That means he ended up in court without a legal team. Now, two things at play here. Firstly, if he comes to court without a legal team, which I've just learned, the magistrate will say to him, it's not in your best interest to be without a legal team. Maybe you need to get legal aid, and then he'll have to apply for legal aid or something like that, and then probably get his aid. So that'll take another couple of weeks, I think, to get legal aid. Remember, once he gets legal aid, then he has to, as far as I know, somebody in law can tell me, once he gets an attorney, the attorney won't just come on the case. The attorney needs to work on the case to be able to defend him in court. Now, that I believe is a delaying tactic. Because once you get legal aid, they're going to have to acquaint themselves with the case to fight it. They can't defend him off the cuff. They'll have to know the merits or demerits of the case and whatever, and then work from there. And also today, they applied for recusal. Recusal means to remove the state prosecutor. Remember, Zuma applied for recusal of Raymond Zondo, the Zondo Commission as well. So he's applied for the state prosecutor, Billy Downer to be recused. The reasons for that have not yet been given, but me does believe that these are delaying tactics from Jacob Zuma. Of course, that recusal will be heard on Wednesday, the 28th or 26th. So now it's postponed to the 26th, I think. It's postponed to the 26th. That's another postponement that's in the cards. And Toyota says buying time. Yep. I'm enjoying the hot chocolate. By the way, Ace Makashula was in court today to show support to Jacob Zuma. And let's be honest, Jacob Zuma and Ace Makashule, two peas in a pod, man. Come on. And they will be part of the new political movement. I do believe that will come about if they don't join the EFF. They'll form their own movement. They're part of the rapid economic transformation movement. Yusuf wants to bring me a joint. When you're in 4 ways, let me know. I'll tell you where I can meet you. You're in Farina, it can take you a while to come here. Right. That's my hot chocolate all said and done. Later on, I'll be having my premium black organo coffee with Ganoderma. Thanks for all the guys who are buying and getting online, wanting to buy Organoderma, coffee, mocha, latte, weight loss, and lots of other things involved with this product here. Great reviews coming through. If you want to get your hands on some of them, my team is now up and running. 073-767-5836. 073-767-5836. Margaret says birds of a feather. I was talking about Jacob Zuma and Ace Makashule. By the way, I heard from people close to Ace, I'm not sure if it's true. How many of you saw that? How many of you saw that altercation, supposedly at Lutuli House, where it was said that it says that where it shows that Ace Makashule was entering Lutuli House or Shell House and wanting to go and fuck up the president. And then somebody said to me that's not true, that was not Ace at all. So I don't know about that. I didn't see Ace in that video, by the way. Somebody said Ace Makashula was going to fuck up the president or looking for the president or whatever. I don't know. You guys, I don't know. If anybody knows anything like that, let me know. I'll send him some premium organo coffee there. And Yusuf says 30 minutes, the joint will take longer than the drive. I'm sure. So you can meet me at Cedar Square. I'm just opposite Cedar Square. So if you're coming, Yusuf Musa with the joint, meet me at Cedar Square or Broadacre Spa. That's nearest to me. That was another beef. Yeah, it was too quick. Yeah, I don't think it was not Ace Makashule. So yeah, sometimes you guys, like I always say, don't share stuff just quickly without first verifying what it was. You know, people just use scare tactics and whatever. Let me see what's coming through here. Right, so I'm looking for a number that somebody sent me for iPad. I don't have iPad. My nose is now running. Alright. Amar Gopal, how are you? Amar joined us from Zimbabwe. Amar, how are you? I want to just make sure that I could come to Zim to buy one of the vaccines there. Vaccine tourism. Guys, if you didn't know, I spoke about this last week. Zimbabwe is offering the vaccine. What is $70 or something? I can't remember the price. If you go to Zim, you can get the vaccine there. And Amar can tell us how the vaccination is going there for Zim people. Is it free and how is it going? But Zim is offering South Africans, well, anybody, by the way, who goes into the country, they're allowing others to come into the country for vaccination. So it's vaccine tourism, if you haven't heard about that yet. Vaccine tourism where you can go there. By the way, I think that's just for the rich people. To be honest, I don't think you and I can afford to fly to Zim to go to get a vaccine and pay for the vaccine and accommodation and come back. And lol, stay there. You don't need you yet have the best antibodies. 70 Zimbabwean dollars, says Yusuf. Yeah. So, and I wouldn't go to Zim for somebody to inject me with vinegar water or something. I don't know. I would you do that? Would you go to Zim? And am I casting aspersions on Zim? I probably am. Would you trust somebody in Zim to give you a vaccine? Hell, man, even private people here, it's not a registered place like Discam or through Discovery or something. I'd be very wary of getting a vaccine from anybody. I don't know what they fucking... you can't put anything past anybody. So, would you go to Zim to get a vaccine? I don't know. We're also talking about Jacob Zuma. He's supposed to have his day in court today. No legal team or no legal representation. Ace Makashule is in court and also is applying for recusal of the state. I wrote something. I can't fucking think what I wrote. No clue. My own handwriting. There's something I wrote. I can't fucking remember. Kashni Kestido says he's laughing. I don't trust any vaccine. I don't know. I still don't know whether I'll take the vaccine, to be honest. The jury's still out on the vaccine. I'm not really prepared to take the vaccine. Right. So there we go. Also, guys, I got good couple of calls after my call to Cyril Ramaphosa, which is quite a long time. I think my first call to Cyril for the year, actually. I haven't called Cyril the entire, I've been busy with all my fucking court matters, but I haven't called Cyril for the entire year. But my advert on my wills and trusts come up there, and thanks for the guys who called in, wanted to get the wills sorted out. So many people let's discuss that for the next 5 minutes. So many people, when I advertise it, when I market the wills thing, how many of you have wills? Let's be honest, say you have a will or say you don't have a will. And also talk for your parents, your mom and dad. Let's just have that quick discussion while we got quite a few people online. Do you have a will? Do your parents have a will? Let's start there, right? Because It's no use when you're in the hospital on a ventilator, then you want to make a will, right? And we're going into the third wave, by the way, at the moment. Would you, and I know many people who called me from hospital trying to get their wills sorted out. I have met in Casey Mother that works and smoke lots of joints. Right, Yusuf Musa. Send the joints. Ivermectin you can't take now. Kogi Lambal Naidu says, there you go. So let's say, Kogi Lambal is first up. She does. I have a will, by the way. I just made it last year when I joined this company. I did a will and I made a trust for my son. We'll talk about trust separately. Let's just go through how many of you have wills. Do you really have a will in place? And do your parents or your spouse, your wife or your husband have a will in place? If not, why not? When are you waiting for? If you're 30 years old, that means it must be when it's 40. If you're 40, when it's 45, or when you're sick and dying, then you will maybe do a will. The number of calls I got recently from people who are saying, Casey, my mom has passed on and the house was on her name, and now how do we get it onto my name? That's where the drama starts to happen, is when the parent especially has not, Shamini Naidu says she has a will. Whoa, Shamini has a will. Shamini, where did you get your will done? I'd like to know where you got your will done. Was it through me and Capital Legacy? Let me know, Shamini Naidu. Great to hear. And are you happy with the service? Let us know here. So many calls from people wanting to wind up in states. Kogi Lambal says, but got big insurance. Well, you need to sort your will out and make sure you sort it out there, Kogi Lambal Naidu. You've got a son, I know that. Maybe you need to sort it out. Suresh says, no, I don't. Well, why don't you have a will, Suresh? It's cheap, easy. Within a week or so, you will have a will. After much cajoling, Mahabi did it. Well done, Toyota Adam. Duty call, says Margaret. Carry on, Margaret. So let's talk on those who have to push people into getting a will. I'll be honest, I was one of those, and I only got involved in a will when I started doing this, and I realized I needed a will. It took me 5 months to even sign that will, 6 months actually, to sign the will that came to me, because I kept putting it off because, I'm okay, nothing will happen, I don't need to rush. And then when COVID was hitting, then I said, oh man, let me try and get this thing done. So, if you haven't got a will and want to get it done, 073-767-5836, give me a WhatsApp there, 073-767-5836. Get your will done. It's done telephonically or through a Zoom or a Teams call. Simple, made easy. The will is drafted and sent to your home by email, and they will pick it up from you. Preston says, Casey, I have a will in my wife, also my mom got a will. That's great. Kogi Lambal says, you're right. Of course I'm right. You must get a will. If you haven't got, and you're listening to this program and you're listening later on, hell man, it's a sin that you don't have a will. It's actually bad, sad. When it's free, absolutely free. There are no cost to drafting the will. Where's the catch? Many people ask. Shamini says, took a will through Capital Legacy. Indeed. Shah Singh says, wills are very, very important. Indeed, they are. So let me just answer the question about what Charos asked. And a lot of Charos are very smart. They got their own plans how to, because they don't want to spend money, right? My parents are late and never drew up a will. It's sad because it's been a battle getting things divided, but I have one as it was awakening call for me. There we go. Christina Governor is saying exactly what I was saying. Parents never drew up a will. Children didn't push them to do a will. And now a battle to divide their estates, especially all the gold jewelry, the gundus, the taitas, the malas, the everything. Mahabi said, owes me nothing. Not like he is going to die. No, you never know when you're going to die. Nobody can say. If you knew when you're going to die, what a pleasure. All of us can plan for that. But what I was talking about is, Charos talk about costs and who's going to make money of this and all of that story there. So let me just educate you there, as I'll try and do every day. The company I do business with, and whoever does the will for you, they are entitled to, there you go, Sanjay says, executor is entitled to 3.5% of the value of your estate to wind up your estate. That is by law. It's gazetted by law. So whether it's your bank, Standard Bank, ABSA, Nedbank, FNB, whether it's your attorney, who is the executor of your will. So the person who drafts your will, like my company, not my company I do business with, the banks, they become executors of your will, and they will do the work to wind up your estate. And to do that work to wind up your estate, they get 3.5% of your estate. Nobody can just charge you 10,000 rand or 20,000 rand or 40,000 rand or whatever. They're just making money off you. Everything works in terms of the estates, as far as I know, winding up, whatever the costs are, all work on percentage values. So 3.5% of your estate. So the company I do business with, if you sign up with them, they become the executor of your estate. When you pass on, or your mother passes on, or your wife passes on, they do all the work to wind up your estate, and for that they get 3.5% of the value of your estate. That's gazetted. So no one's stealing money from you, no one's making money, no one's just making money off you. However, if you don't have a will and you want it now done, so let's say your mother passes away and or she didn't have a will, you want someone to wind up your estate and whatever, and you go to a company like the company I do business with, or the bank. I don't think the banks do it, but if someone's going to do it, you look at 75, 80,000 rand plus that you got to cough up the cash for them to do the work. You got to cough up the cash for them to do the. I know recently someone was paying over 80,000 rand. They call them walk-in clients. It's similar to like a funeral policy. You know, if you're paying 20 rand a month for that policy, and then when your person dies, you get the coffin, you get whatever, you know, worth 20, 30,000 rand. However, if you got no policy and you walk into the funeral parlor, the funeral parlor director his eyes light up. That casket alone is costing you 20, 30,000 rand, then the rest of the cost and whatever, because you're a walk-in client and he sees money there. So don't get caught out like that. Try and get your, I think my PC is sorted out now. Try and get your world. Christina says, I never knew how siblings can change over money, jewelry, house. I got to learn the hard way. It's been 3 long agonizing years, still not settled. Wow. Christina, I'm glad you did that. Let's spend some time in that, Christina. Maybe you want to give me a call as well. You have to share names and just say what happened to you. 073-767-5836. Christina has led us into a conversation maybe we'll talk about tonight. I learned this the hard way. Christina says, I never knew how siblings can change over money, jewelry and house. I got to learn the hard way. By the way, it's a cliche, money makes people funny. If you want to see your family's true colors, try a will, try an estate, try dividing things, and then you will come to know, as Christina has come to know, that money makes people very funny. Your brother, who you know was a darling brother to you and to your mother, whatever, he's married to somebody else. That woman's got another idea. Or the sister you had was a darling sister, whatever, she's married to a money-grabbing thief who's waiting for everything. You know, that is life, and people have different mindsets and different versions of things. That is why a will is for so many sad stories. And Christina has just had the guts to tell us that, to share with us that how bad things can really get when you don't have a will in place. Look, a will is clear. If your mother said, the house goes to my eldest son, the jewelry goes to my first daughter, the clothing, it's clear. It's her wish. It's there. Nobody can argue with it. But if there's no will in place, by the way, even a will becomes contentious. Not contentious, people argue. Oh, but mother told me when she was living that she was going to give me the house. Now you took care. There's but. But the will overrides everything. Whatever's in the will stands. It can be challenged, but that's a long ass process, which I don't think many people can get right. So here's my yawn. Maybe I'll have a midday nap. And so circumvent all of that. Don't get caught out in this thing about wills and trusts and money. Money makes people funny. That's the cliche. But it is so true. I've experienced it for myself, by the way. The fight starts when the parents die. Indeed, Kogilamban is right. Sometimes the fight starts before the parents die. And many sad stories of parents being coerced into doing wills to suit certain children, whatever. Really a very, very sad state of affairs. But so Devendran says good afternoon. So guys, let me leave it there. If you want to get a will sorted out, people who don't have a will, contact me on 073-767-5836. I will try to talk a little bit more about it in the weeks to come. And don't forget, same number, if you get yourself some Organoderma product. 0737675836, the coffee I'm on, and we'll take it from there. Oh, good. We've reached the end of the midday report. We did about 30 some odd minutes. Yep. And nose is running and all of that. Going to take some flu medication. And it's quite cold. Like I said, coldest room in the house. Well, sometimes the bedroom is colder. Depends on the floor now. I know what level she is on. If she's on a freeze level, fucking is ice cold. And I'll start DOS on the floor in the lounge. Right. Be good, everybody. We'll catch you. Durban is amazing. So much more Indians. Thank you, Kogilamal. Enjoyed Durban. I probably won't see you. You're leaving on the 31st. I might see you though in that weekend. I'm down on the 29th. If you're leaving on the 31st, so maybe we can hook up on the Saturday. Be the only day, the 30th, I think. 28th, 29th. Oh, the weekend I'll be there. 29th, 30th. Yeah. Alright, be good. And catch you on the other side.